Now, will Rajnikant help Narendra Modi score a super hit in Lok Sabha polls? Well, that's the question on everyone's minds today, as Narendra Modi will drive straight to superstar Rajnikant's residence in Chennai at around 7 this evening. Now, later in the day, Modi is scheduled to address an election rally in Chennai. The buzz is that Modi could seek the actor's endorsement for the Lok Sabha polls. Now, in the past, political endorsements by Rajnikant has fetched both super hit as well as flop results. Now, the BJP has for some time been hoping that Rajnikant endorses the party. Even before the alliance was decided in Tamil Nadu, BJP leader P. Radhakrishnan had told the media in 2013 that the party hopes Rajnikant will take a political stand. Now, Rajnikant has not yet granted the gift of his endorsement to any of the BJP's local leaders, but the meeting with Narendra Modi, BJP hopes will help improve their political fortune. Now, this is not the first time that Narendra Modi is meeting Rajnikant, known to share a good rapport. Modi even visited Rajnikant when he was hospitalized. In fact, Rajnikant has clearly stated that this meeting is personal and that the BJP cannot draw any political or anything that's political out of this. In fact, live visuals coming in from outside superstar Rajnikant's residence. You can see the police are there in full force. Narendra Modi is expected to arrive in Chennai and straight away drive to Rajnikant's residence. Now, the BJP has always hoped that Rajnikant's affinity towards the right will make him campaign for them. Repeated attempts have been made by the party to woo the actor. Even L.K. Advani had tried to rope in Rajnikant in 2008. Now, it is also true that Rajnikant is not as politically relevant as he was a decade ago, but still, his word carries a lot of weightage. So the big question is, will Modi be able to do what Advani could not? Or will this meeting too end up being just one for courtesy? In fact, visuals coming in live from outside Rajnikant's residence in Chennai. Now, this man has a unique distinction of having almost 50,000 fan clubs in Tamil Nadu alone. In fact, we had earlier spoken to Danya Rajendran, who is the managing editor of News9.com, and this is what she had to say.
Of course, there are a lot of reports like these, Nolan, that Rajnikant first was reluctant even to have this meeting. But the point remains that the BJP is looking forward to this meeting as they believe that this can definitely give a boost to the party's image in Tamil Nadu. Now, for quite some years, Rajnikant has stayed away from elections, but on and off, he has supported political parties. In 1996, for example, he had supported the DMK and the Tamil Manila Congress Alliance in Tamil Nadu. He had asked the people of Tamil Nadu to vote against the AIDMK. The AIDMK had lost those elections. But let's be realistic, Rajnikant's influence has waned over the years, but still he remains important, which is why the BJP is really desperate to somehow get an endorsement from Rajnikant. And Rajnikant himself has been right-leaning for a very long time. He has openly said that one of his favorite political leaders is Bal Thackeray. Mr. L.K. Advani, Narendra Modi himself has made many attempts in the past to really bring Rajnikant to their fold, but that's not happened before. Hopefully the BJP thinks that this time at least Rajnikant will endorse the party publicly.
Now, Danya, even though Rajnikant has stated that this is a strictly personal meeting, how important it is for Modi? What can he take out of this?
Well, the fact that superstars from Andhra Pradesh, for instance, Nagarjuna and Pawan Kalyan, went all the way to Gujarat to meet Mr. Narendra Modi. But here, Mr. Narendra Modi is coming from Gujarat, going to Mr. Rajnikant's house and seeing him. That in itself states how important this meeting is for the BJP. Now, one of the senior BJP leaders I had spoken to today morning said that even if Rajnikant does not openly endorse the BJP, even a picture of that meeting could be used on posters by the party in various constituencies, and they believe that can actually help in creating some sort of credibility for the BJP in Tamil Nadu. Now, except for 2 or 3 constituencies like in Kanyakumari, Salem and Coimbatore, the BJP's hold in Tamil Nadu is nothing to really talk about. So the party hopes that if when Rajnikant meets Modi, the media hype which is created then could boost the party's image.
Now, very seriously speaking, will it actually help the BJP in Tamil Nadu? Will this meeting help?
Like I said, in the past, Rajnikant has aligned himself with political parties, only restricting, of course, asking people to vote this way or that way. In 1996, he had asked people to vote for the DMK and the Tamil Manala Congress Alliance. They had won the elections. But in 2004, during the assembly elections, Rajnikant had said that his vote is for the BJP. That year, the BJP did not win a single seat. So definitely, he is a factor, but he's not exactly a deciding factor. And Rajnikant's political influence in Tamil Nadu is not really the same which it was perhaps a decade ago. But he is still not ignorable. If he decides to take a political stand, that any political party will benefit from it. But I doubt it. Even in 2008, when Chiranjeevi, the Telugu actor, had formed his Prajarajam party, there was a lot of pressure at that time on Rajnikant to form a political party. He in fact called a meeting of his supporters. But emerging out of the meeting, he said that he would not try to do something in which he does not have any training. So for years, he's deftly kept away from politics. And I think he will continue to do that. The only thing the BJP hopes to gain out of this is some credibility for the party in Tamil Nadu.
Well, while the country is celebrating the biggest festival of democracy, political hostility is becoming an everyday affair. Take a look as to what unfolded within the first family of Indian politics.
It's Gandhi versus Gandhi ahead of polls. Gandhi Bahu Menaka has taken on Gandhi's scion Priyanka Vadra after the latter's comments on cousin Varun Gandhi. Campaigning for Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi yesterday, Priyanka had said that her cousin Varun Gandhi had gone astray. He is definitely from my family. He is my brother, but he has gone astray. When a young one in the family chooses the wrong path, then the elders show them the right path, the right way. I urge all of you to show my brother the right path. Following Priyanka's comments, Varun Gandhi's mother and estranged daughter-in-law of the Nehru-Gandhi family, Menaka, hit out on the Gandhi scion.
देखिए, अगर देश सेवा रास्ता है, तो कौन रास्ते से भटक गया है, ये देश ही फैसला करेगा.
While Menaka certainly jumped into her son's defense, the BJP too joined the tirade against Priyanka. BJP leader Subramaniam Swamy raked up the Gandhi family split and trained his guns on Priyanka.
When he was a little boy, only 2 years old, he and his mother were thrown out of the once of the jungle road house. They were not allowed to take their possessions, nothing. So there is no question of his going away. They threw him out. Then the Janata Party and BJP looked after Menaka, and now they are politically prospering, so they are getting jealous. I asked Priyanka Gandhi, why did you go to the jail in Vellore to meet the assassins of your father? I knew our father was such a good man. She's an ungrateful daughter. Shame on her. She is the one who's gone wayward. Let her go and do prashchit first.
This is the first time the younger Gandhis, who are reported to share cordial relationships, have locked horns. With elections underway, even blood relationships don't seem to matter. A News9 report.
Now, it was a starry Sunday in Karnataka. Golden Star Ganesh has added to the star power of election campaigns this season. The star was seen campaigning for Bangalore South BJP candidate Anand Kumar. The actor was seen campaigning in and around Jayanagar area. Now, he was accompanied by his wife Shilpa and former Minister R. Ashok. Now, even Bhavana was seen campaigning along with the Youth Congress in Malleshwaram. The rally was kick-started from Circle Maramma Temple and passed through Gandhinagar and Maurya Hotel. Ragini was also seen campaigning for Geeta Shivraj Kumar in Shimoga along with Kitty. Now, with the Karnataka Lok Sabha elections fast approaching, the political parties are not leaving any stone unturned to woo their voters. Today, two major political parties showed their star power in Bengaluru's most watched constituency. Here's more.
He returned to a rousing welcome back home. And today too, Mandya the Gandu was welcomed with open arms by the supporters as he hit the campaign trail in Bangalore South constituency. It was a mega road show. Ambi was flanked by other Congress leaders besides the Lok Sabha candidate himself, Nandan Nilekani. This becomes the housing minister's first campaign post his recovery. Ambarish chose to campaign in Srinagar area and told them how pleased he was to meet them following his second lease of life. Ambi also spoke about the importance of learned men joining politics. He further added that men like Nandan Nilekani will help politics reach different standards.
ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರೋರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಓಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಾಗ ಇದೇ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಇವರಿಂದ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವರು ಇಂಥವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ.
Now taking you back a couple of days, Ambarish had expressed his desire to tour Mandya and seek support for the party candidate Ramya. He had also played down the supposed groupism in Mandya District Congress Committee and said it would have no impact on the party's prospects in his constituency. But today during the campaign, Ambi didn't mention of a date for his campaign in the Sugar City. Anant Kumar's golden campaign. Oh no, we are not talking about 50 days of Anant Kumar's campaign. We are talking about a special star who made it to Anant Kumar's campaign on a Sunday. It was none other than the Sandalwood's golden star. Superstar Ganesh along with his wife Shilpa, who is a BJP member, sought votes on behalf of the BJP Lok Sabha candidate during the roadshow. Both husband and wife stated that it was time for a change and voters should make the right decision before casting their votes.
ಆರೋಶಕವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೆಲ್ಲಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಜೊತೆಲಿ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅಂಥವರು ಒಬ್ಬ ದಕ್ಷ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಗಳು ಈ ದೇಶದ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ಆದರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅನಂತಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಇಷ್ಟ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
Mutalik's book on corrupt Anant Kumar. While both the parties were engrossed to make their road shows a grand success, the independent candidate from Bangalore South decided to do something different. Pramod Mutalik released a book mentioning how Neera Radia cozied up to Anant Kumar and the 14,000 crore rupees Hudko scam. Well, as usual, the mudslinging continued, but surely it was Ambi Dada who stole the show all the way. A News9 report.